Do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. But when men were asked a similar question, do we need women? Most of them said yes. So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless. I mean, and by the way, I want to differentiate between straight men and gay men, because I think I would die without gay men. Nobody can gossip.
I have Handy Manny at home. He fixes everything. When things go bump in the night, he's the one that goes downstairs. When there's a bug to be exterminated, he does the extermination. When there is something to be fixed, he fixes it. He throws out the trash. He throws out the recyclables. I enjoy all the man stuff.
So wait a second. I know what you're going to say. Wait. She's really talking about a servant, let's face it.
No.
It's a handyman she's talking about. But the things that you're describing, you could pay somebody to do that. We're not talking.
My husband talks about his feelings with his friends.
Maybe he's gay.
Listen, man, women know in their heart of hearts that they need men. They know that in their heart of hearts. You can tell right now that this segment was just used as a tool for programming. This is not ingenuous. This is not genuine at all. You can just tell. I'm not saying that they don't really feel this way when it comes to like the sentiment. I'm saying as far as like how transparent they are when it comes to just totally subjugating the man with this type of rhetoric. You could tell that it's like they have to do this. This is like completely sowing dissension between the man and the woman. Imagine you sitting down with your lady and you watching this and they saying something like this. They trying to program your lady, trying to program your relationship with this type of rhetoric on this nonsensical, silly ass show. Like, this is just silly talk. And it's crazy because the men were honest saying that they need women, and women being dishonest saying they don't need men. You know you need a fucking man. You're not going to be able to survive without no man, and stop it. You just know that. The man that's the president of ABC, he allowed this. The people that's behind the cameras, most of them are men. They allowing this because this is agenda-driven shit. This is not genuine. Not genuine, man. But the black woman that's on the segment, or, you know, who I believe to be a black woman, she talks about the uses of the man after the silly ass woman says men are useless because men are useless. Like, you know, you're just being delusional. You know you don't feel that way. And that just feeds into the childlike nature of the female. Females are children. I always say this because they just are. In this society, the people that's in power, they allow the woman to, you know, do these type of things that they just would not allow men to do because the man is held to a higher standard. He just is. And it just shows time and time again with these silly ass broads, with this silly ass rhetoric and this disrespect. Imagine men at a round table saying some shit like this. We don't need women, they useless and this and that. Why don't they apply the same terms to them that they apply to us when it comes to us speaking the truth about women? As most of the time, almost damn near 100% of the time, is conflated with misogyny when it's just truth. Why can't we say that these people are misandrous? Because that's the term for women that want to bash men, and they really living up to the definition. Most of the time when men talk truth about women, they just throw the term on a misogynist. But when it's a woman, they really like bash men. They don't really have a justifiable like attack against men. They saying that men are useless. Like, what is that? You know that's just a damn lie. You know, you just saying that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's real misandry, or the opposite of misogyny. It's just crazy. It's a real double standard, and it's a double standard because the female is a child. She's a child. I don't care what nobody say. It's not a takeaway from the maturity level, if you will, or the intelligence level, but at heart and her real nature, she's a child. She just is. That's why the people in power allow her to conduct herself the way she is, or, you know, speak the way she does, so on and so forth. That's just what it is. And, you know, it's at a heightened level. It's augmented these days. It just shows you the world that we live in and where everything is lining up. So it's like, we shouldn't be surprised, but it should just remind us the agenda that's afoot, that's been afoot, as well as how it lines up spiritually with the aspect, prophetically, so on and so forth. All this stuff is just telling you. But at least the black woman, you know, she said certain things that was pertinent But all these other broads on here just shaming men. Like, this is just a shame man segment. Has nothing to do with any sort of truth. Like I tell you, the female live in make-believe. They live in delusion. That's where they dwell. They dwell in their own little world of delusion. You know, and they so self-centered. They so me. Like, you got even broads around here, beautiful ladies, beautiful women, sexy, whatever. They really walk around here with their ass cheeks out. Like, they walk around with their ass cheeks out. And they have this mentality of, who cares? It's my body, I'll do what I want with it. That's that immature aspect to the feminist movement, where it's like, they don't have no shame. They don't have nothing that, you know, it's like they don't have no border. They don't have nothing that stops them from taking it there. And that's the problem. That's how you sow dissension between the man and the woman. And it's also about the depopulation agenda. Like, they really going hard with trying to depopulate this world. Sowing dissension, saying, oh, women don't need men. Let women fuck with lesbians and promote more homosexuality and lesbianism. That's just, it's anarchic. This world is left, totally left. Even in the comment section, you could see that certain people understand the foolery of this segment here. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. And you could tell that just the transparency of it, where they just so overt about their disrespect towards man, towards manhood or men, you know, it's agenda driven. It's not genuine. It's not genuine to the degree that they're making it, because at the end of the day, we understand that the feminist movement, most of these women, they feel this way because they have this, you know, this sense of, how you say, envy towards the man. For the most part, most of these females, like these liberal feminist females, they have an envy towards the man. But a lot of women in their right mind, they understand the necessity of a man, and the man understands the necessity of the woman coming together like a key and a lock, peanut butter and jelly, whatever, so on and so forth. Men, women need each other. That's how you procreate. This is how you know that it's a part of the agenda when it comes to depopulation, as well as just sowing the dissension between the two genders, just so they can promote more anarchy, because they really telling women that men are useless. It's like, so what does that mean? Like, what are you indicating just with that statement alone? You know, it's like you're trying to like push women to want to be with other women. And more crazy, you know, remember the segment I did about the lesbian couple? The crazy thing about that is, it's like, you got a girl that's with another girl who changes to a man. Why didn't the girl just get with a man? If like, you see what I'm saying? You see how bugged out that agenda is, that left hand world is? Feminism, lesbianism, homosexual, it's all under the same umbrella. That's why I say that world, that, you know, it's all under the same umbrella. You got a girl that's with another girl, but that girl changes to a man, or transitions to, you know, what he believes to, or what she believes to be a man. It's just confusion. It doesn't really make sense. Why not just get with a man if you're gonna be with a girl that thinks she's a man? Like, I just, it really boggles your mind. And that's all under that umbrella of confusion. It just is. It's even confusion when it comes to these females saying that they don't need a man. They know in their heart of hearts that they need a man. I say it's confusion because that's what's pretty much being promoted based off of what the objective for the agenda is. What's the objective? The objective is to sow dissension and have the woman just be on her own, or want to be with another woman. You know, they really want to tear the family union down. They really want to tear down the family structure and heterosexual union. They really want to tear that down. You know, it's just crazy. But you see this comment here from this woman, or this girl, says, that show been trash for years. Look who's talking. Yes, we need men, especially black men. This is some sad ass shit, and the fact that is the most women really feel this way. The fact is that most women really feel this way. Excuse me. Yeah, man, like, it's just crazy. That's funny because the executive producer is a man, and the president of ABC that allowed the show to air was a man, and the cameramen are men. Yeah. Just proving my point. Like, at the end of the day, what these people get signed off on is from men. The executors, the people that's in power, the bosses, they're men. When I say these people, I'm talking about the women that's talking this nonsense. That's how you know that the men that's in power, they are part of the agenda. You know, they are part of, like, men started feminism. They signed off the agenda. Men, right? Like, so it's just the irony of it is just crazy. Like, you got the WNBA. Everything about the WNBA is based off of the inspiration of the NBA, which is, you know, obvious and understandable, but at the same time, don't shit on it. Like, this is what the women do. They show their lack of gratitude for men, at the same time bashing them. It's like you're bashing men, knowing that men is the one that put you on. Men is the one that got you going. What about your father, right? Was your father in your life? Even without that, it's like the job that you have, who's paying you? I'm sure your boss is a man. Like, and if it's a woman, that's rare. You know, as far as like chairmen and stuff like that of these companies, CEOs and whatnot. Chairman, right? Chairman.
Seen you with a boy. So who are you pregnant by?
I'm not sure.
How are you not sure? What does that mean?
I mean, I probably slept with like 4, 5.
You slept with 4 or 5 people where?
At home. You're never home.
At home. I'm never home. I'm working, trying to provide for you. And while I'm working nights, you're sleeping with 4 or 5 boys?
Yeah.
So how old are these boys?
Older.
What does that mean?
Older than me. They older.
Like, are they over 18?
Some of them.
So you trying to keep this baby? What do you?
I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't want to have it.
So you want to get rid of the baby. So that's going to be your form of contraception.
I mean, Kendra, my best friend, she had an abortion, so.
And you know, these days, man, the mother is just the enabler. That's why you need a man in the household. It's just crazy how you have a segment about women saying that they don't need men, and they know that that's a goddamn lie. Because the woman or the child will be led astray more easier if there's a man outside of the household than if there is. Especially someone who's constructive and, you know, they know how to raise their children. They know how to act according to, you know, where they are when it comes to being a man, upholding to it, so on and so forth. You know, it's very important to understand the masculine energy. But the reason why they want to tear it down is because of what world we living in. Spiritual aspect lining up with prophecy, as well as the understanding of the agenda that's afoot when it comes to sowing dissension between the union, and also pretty much, you know, spreading anarchy, leading your children astray. My 16-year-old daughter is pregnant and doesn't know who the father is. Why doesn't she know who the father is? Because she's being misguided by the mother. The mother is not doing her due diligence. This is why it's important for the father to be in the home. This is why. And sometimes the father, like I said, he may not be living up to, you know, what he's supposed to uphold. But at the end of the day, it doesn't help when the man is out of the household. First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11, where it says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Verse 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Very important that we understand why the woman should be in silence in accordance with, you know, biblical teachings or biblical subject. Because the woman is an agent of confusion. She bleeds, you know, every month. And also she's emotional based. She's emotionally driven. Everything about her is emotion. And some of that just doesn't intertwine with the biblical aspect. That's why the man is who the Most High is working through. The man is who the Most High is talking to. It just is what it is. There's no disrespect, no misogyny. It just is what it is. Certain people just don't accept the truth. People just love to live in delusion and live in their own made up rules and their own made up understanding and their own made up definitions of things, to the point where they become accustomed to it and they actually defend their delusion. That's just what it is. That's the world we live in. It's crazy. And you see this a lot with, the woman. You really do. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Yeah, the woman transgressed. Adam wasn't deceived, but Adam fell because he put her before the Most High. That's why it's important for you to put the Most High first. Very, very important. Paul pretty much wants the woman to learn at home from her husband, because what that does is encourage the bond. It strengthens the bond between the union. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints, all gatherings of the saints. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. That's the law. A lot of these women, they don't go by this because they live on delusion. They live on what they want the Most High to be. This is why I don't go back and forth with women about serious topics, especially when it comes to the scriptures. They are delusional. That's just what it is. Right? And if they will learn anything, let them learn, or let them ask their husbands, let them ask their husbands at home. Let them ask their husbands at home. Right? Had to emphasize that. For it is a shame for women to speak in the church amongst the congregants of men. Not adding on to the scriptures, just giving you an understanding of what the scriptures is talking about. It is a shame for women to speak amongst a congregation of men when it comes to biblical teachings. You ask questions, right? Don't insert yourself. Talking about the woman. So it's very important for us to understand, because everything about the scriptures is real, it's truth, and this is why I apply it.